Hello and welcome to another video. So we have an aggro blood deck. It's pretty interesting and I'll have to show you at the end because I've got to do it now. That I will do it in the middle. We'll just have to wait and see. Either way, you can check out the deck list in the description below if you'd like to view that. It's nothing too over the top special. You know, it's a few little techs here and there for current meta styles. But other than that, you're pretty average aggro blood. So we're just going to play through it. Alright, first opponent is Haven.
Time to get started.
We've got to watch out for them Seraphs, we've got to watch out for that control, and I actually don't mind this hand too much. We do get that solid first play, second play, third play, and we actually have double Razorry, so that's actually quite good. Now we've just got to hope that we're not going to get heavily warded, because this would be a pretty bad matchup overall. Alright, that looks solid. With aggro, you need as much damage as you can get. Card does run one Alucard, I'm pretty sure. Yes, Alucard. Just that little bit extra when you need it. Alright, so we're not going to see the priest get dropped this early, which is good. You do get to see a unicorn though. Yeah. Not a big fan of the unicorn. Alright, so we probably are going to see Priest get dropped, which is going to suck, but we can counter that with Dance of Death quite nicely. Yep, very predictable Haven. Now we just need to make sure we can draw into enough cards because we're in a bad spot from here on out. But we're going to give it a shot. That's the bonus part. Alright, this actually looks quite good. We can use Vania to our advantage with Summon Bloodkin. Go for a 3. We can even draw in it to something a bit nicer. It might work out. And the Vania... Okay, now the Vania isn't going to trade nicely. I was really hoping for a good trade. But now Vania is just going to be a waste. No point playing the Vania there. This is probably not a good matchup for an aggro blood deck. I was really hoping for a better first matchup. But in some ways it's also not the worst. Alright, this actually looks really good. So we're going to get that extra damage in. And as long as we don't get decreed again, we should be fine. But we've got to do something, so playing this isn't so bad. And if we need to, if they just play a ward up, we can always just Night Horde it and hopefully deal most of its health gone. And of course, they have 2 decrees in hand, because Haven just happens to have 2 decrees in hand. Oh, this is not going to end well for me. I already knew it was a bad matchup. And now that we're dragged out to turn 8, I am pretty screwed. Gotta be joking. See, when I play Haven, I never get this lucky. I never get all these cards that I need in my opening hands. There is literally nothing left.
Aw, man, you beat me.
This deck doesn't have the capability to come back from that point. You need to be finishing games quite early. Haven is just really bad. So if you are going up against a Havencraft and you notice, you know, Guardian Sun, first thing probably do is concede. It's really not worth the matchup unless you already have a huge lead and they can't put threats down. But hopefully we get a better matchup, even though Haven is becoming more common, means this deck isn't going to do quite as well. Alright, Sword. So it's not control. We should be okay. These decks usually do quite well against aggro swords, so we're just going to move in for the kill, hopefully. Alright, what are they going to do next? Goblin. Great. What a great combination. I never really get this as an advantage. It's just a good early drop. Ah, oh, that's kind of shitty. I would have preferred to be able to get rid of the goblins and stuff, but a 1-3 isn't always bad. Especially when you are getting the damage off it. Goblins shouldn't be a huge threat at this stage. And if we can evolve with the Vampire Noble next turn and set up, we should be fine. Anything they play will automatically make them take damage, meaning Fencer getting dropped would be a terrible option for them. And now I get a pretty nice Vampire. We get that extra damage in. A little bit of extra health, so if they do play a Fencer, the trade is pretty unfavorable. And if we can set up for turn 5 and turn 6, we'll be right. And there goes their entire turn. Alright. We get to push 2. 3. Alright, and they concede. Alright. That's what you want with this deck. Such early pressure. Lock your opponent out so they can't do anything. Alright, match 3. Haven was bust, Sword was good. Sword does make up most of the meta, so if you can get this deck out early against Sword, you'll be alright. But if you come up against any of the controls that are trying to counter Sword, you might be pretty screwed. Because anything that counters Sword can pretty easily counter Blood. But with D-Shift and Sword being top, I would say this isn't a bad counter. Forest is starting to appear a little bit though lately, so it's definitely interesting. And this is actually really quite a nice hand. I could have probably dropped the Curse Brand. Alright. Razor Claw. Yep. We're gonna get a really solid lot of players here. 5 health in 2 turns. Not bad at all. Alright, so that's another Razor Claw target at least. And we build our board up. And against Forest, these are the best kind of cards. One attack, 2 health. Great for clearing little fairies. Okay. Might hold on to this combination that I'm aiming for. But we might also use this as a push. I know this is aggressive for the evolve, and I've been trying to pull back on being too aggressive with the evolves, but I think at this point, it's not bad. I can then use this combination, which is definitely what I'm going to do here. Actually, I think it may be better just to trade off this and take the Vania for 3 damage. We've still got that 1 evolve for the Implancer, which is good. And it makes the board a little harder to clear, with Will of the Forest being the only real option for them to go for a solid clear. So I feel like this was a good play. Alright, double fairy drop, and Tia, of course. The one card out of all the cards I didn't want to encounter right now. Because I don't have a natural counter to this. And they're gonna limit how many fucking bats I have. Oh, worst option for me. Come on, what are we doing? Why couldn't I have got you earlier? Well, gotta get rid of that. I was gonna play this a different way. I need to rebuild the board now. Pretty shitty. At least we still have 3 damage storm effect. I would have liked to have used it on 5, but I can't take that risk. At least this way, if they play a fairy or play any other kind of drop, Urius can be procced pretty easily. And they need to play other things if they want to do another tier play at some point. So this is not the worst option I'm in right now. If I drop the implants the next turn, making it more difficult than it needs to be. Alright, I expected that. What do we got else? Come on. I haven't got much left in my deck, so... Alright, that's a different play. We are going to get the double damage though. Awesome. Wish I could play both of these, but I can't. Well, if we drop them to 4, we only need 3 damage in hand and we'll be done. We've got 3 demonic strikes, another razory claw. We have got a 3 dance of deaths, a couple more implances. We had plenty of options to go for game there. They end up conceding anyway. Alright. Hopefully if you did enjoy this video, hit that like button, subscribe, check out the links in the description below. You can find the deck list there as well. And you can check out donation links if you want to donate to the channel and help support the small YouTubers, I guess. That's all I can really say. So, thanks for coming, and I'll catch you guys next time.